All right, in spite of the assumptions and insinuations that the ruling party is behind the judicial onslaught against the opposition party to frustrate them, but people out there, Nigerians, are also a little bit uncomfortable with the opposition parties because there are quite a number of things that Nigerians feel that the opposition parties are not holding the ruling party to account.
A good example.
For instance, we are running 3 budgets. 2024, 2025, 2026. We don't even know the one we are. And the opposition is not putting them under pressure to say account. Now, once opposition party is picked up, the other one looks elsewhere as if to say it doesn't concern me. So if you look at all of these things, it makes the people wonder whether the opposition space is still, the opposition is still alive to their responsibilities. How did we come to the point where the opposition is no longer inspiring and viral for Nigerians to say, yes, these are the kind of things we want?
Excellent question. Great question. I am first a Nigerian before I am an opposition figure. And my advice, my sincerest advice to Nigerians is, do not wait for one person to come and save you. The last man that saved the world died 2,500 years ago. Another one is not coming. Nobody is coming to save you. Because the person who you are hoping that will come and save you is being seriously dealt with in his own corner. Has his own frustrations, has his own challenges. I was with Mr. Peter Obi in Benin when we got shot at the home of Chief Don Odigeyegu. Life, I have never been in that kind of situation before. It was like a movie. It is the people that will insist that enough is enough. It is the people that are suffering. It is the people that are passing through this pain. So whereas the opposition can provide direction, it is the people that must pick up that gauntlet. It's like the foolishness of expecting that INEC will conduct a free and fair election in 2027. If the people do not insist on a free and fair election, it will be a charade. There is nothing any group of opposition can do. It is the people. Like they do in Kano, the Kwankwansiya do in Kano. It is the people that will go to the polling unit, say, if you do not count our vote, we will count you. It is the people that will go to the collation center and say, we will wait here, we'll be doing a party here, we'll be eating rice here, drinking here, having fun here. You are there, please count the vote and announce the results. We will protect you. It is the people that will go to state collation center and say, you must count our result and announce it. It is the people that will come to Abuja and say, count our result and announce it. Let the best man win. If the people do not do that, the opposition does not have police, the opposition does not have army, the opposition does not have civil defense, the opposition does not have DSS. And the threats are all over the place. There's hardly any opposition figure in Nigeria today whose phone has not been bugged, including yours sincerely. We get advised every day that, don't make direct calls. Don't send sensitive documents don't say sensitivity when you call directly. So there is that constant fear, even when you are not sure. Although I have told them that whoever is bugging my phone, the day I want to have a good time with my significant other, I will give you a show, especially when I'm traveling. So in a nutshell, we must be conscious to this fact that it is the Nigerian people that will fix Nigeria. Every serious country in the world, it is the people that decided that enough was truly enough, and then invested that emotion, that feeling, that trust on a leader. And today, we have a Peter Obi who is willing to take up that gauntlet. Some people are still trying to be clever by half, trying to rationalize, trying to over-explain, looking for sainthood, as if saints live on earth. For you to be a saint, you need to die first. And as a Catholic, I know this because I'm a Catholic, you have to then be canonized to make it to sainthood. But you are looking for a living saint to come and lead you. No living saint is coming to lead you. The people that will lead you are people from you. But in that people from you, as you speak today, there is none on the ballot that is more qualified, that is more competent, that is more prepared to lead Nigeria out of this albatross, this cul-de-sac that APC has led us to, than the man, Mr. Peter Obi.
If we realize that INEC cannot conduct a free and fair election
unless they are forced to.
Do you see Nigerians as seriously conscientized and enlightened enough to take up this fight.
That is why what we do here is critically important. This conversation is important. Another 1,000 persons will be convinced, having watched this our conversation here today. Another 2,000 persons can be convinced. Another 3,000 persons can be convinced. Master Jesus himself preached to a crowd, a sizable crowd in the Bible. Think of 5,000. And some were scoffers, some were scorners, some were cynical. Good message, great message of love, great message of peace, great message of liberation. Some scoffed, some scorned, some laughed. It was not a comedy show, but some laughed. As we speak now, some are laughing. As we speak, if you go on Twitter, some are rationalizing. Some are explaining. A man is running 3 concurrent budgets. In those 3 concurrent budgets, there is no budget for capital projects. I was traveling the other day at the airport. I met someone who shook me and said, "Thank you very much for what you do. I am a contractor. They have not paid us in 2 years." In this Abuja, contractors are crying. They are stealing money in the trillions. NNPC brought an audit to audit NNPC. NNPC brought an auditor to audit NNPC. The auditor NNPC brought to audit NNPC discovered that NNPC has differences of 210 trillion in their books. The report was submitted to the Auditor General. Auditor General said, take it to Senate Committee on Public Accounts. Senate Committee on Public Accounts became alarmed. I don't know why they are alarmed anyway, because they all belong to the same, they are the same 10 and Tempest. They are all APC people. But they got alarmed, led by a senator from Edo North, and said, "Oh, we are declaring," having invited him 9 times, we declare Mele Kyari, the chairman, GMD NNPC, the GMD of NNPC, wanted. Former GMD NNPC wanted. Bring him here. In fact, they went on to say, even if he is dead, bring his dead body here. Let the dead body come and explain to us what has happened to 210 trillion. Only for us to get to the larger Senate. And the Senate, they were debating instead the language of the invitation without discussing the substance of the matter, which was the 210 trillion. That is the country we live in, sir. That is the country we live in. I already told the story of Justice Crack. They were not debating the quality of the food of the troops in the front line. They were not debating how do we improve that quality. They were not debating who is in charge of the logistics that supplies food to the military in the front line. They were not debating how come this is the quality that gets to the troops on the front line. Arrest the man who has announced it on TikTok. Our military is scared of a TikTok video. We will rebuild our military. We will retool our military. Our country will be respected again. Our country is no longer a respected country. South Africans are throwing us out as we speak. South Africa of 1993. Nigeria 1960. They are now throwing us out from their country. How many South Africans do you know living in Nigeria? How many? And even if they are living in Nigeria, they are treated as expatriates. Sometimes you give them mopo. Sometimes you give them civil defense. Sometimes you give them soldiers to guide them on the streets of Nigeria. But Nigerians in South Africa are being treated first as second-class citizens, and they are now saying, even that second class will not allow you have it. Go back to your home. Nigerians are being thrown out in Ghana. There is a big bag my mom used to have in the room. They call it Ghana Must Go. And I asked her one day, why do you name this bag Ghana Must Go? They said this was what the Ghanaians used to pack their load back to their country when Nigeria has had enough. Today, Nigerians are being repatriated from Ghana. Nigerians are in Libya. I know a Nigerian that lives in Afghanistan. Nigerians are in Iran. When the war broke out between Iran, US, and Israel, the Nigerian government, all other countries were sending planes to pick their citizens. The Nigerian government said, we want to come bring you back. The Nigerians in Israel warned Nigeria that don't try it, we like it. It's better to live in a war-torn country than to come to a country where you are not even sure that you will see the next day if you travel by road. Our passport is no longer respected. Today, you can no longer travel, just wake up and say you are traveling to one country. As small as Zambia, you need a visa. South Africa, you need a visa. But a South African does not need a visa to go to Zambia. And a Zambian does not need a visa to go to South Africa. The list, I'm talking of Africa. Let's not go to, I've been to Cairo. Egypt, you need a visa. To go to Egypt, you need a visa. Why? I mean, what is really going on? 4 years is enough to turn this country around. The people we have there now see us as a business, see us as merchandise. And what do you do with merchandise? You profit from them. And if they manage to find themselves back in office again after 2027, they will implement this evil new tax policy that they had surreptitiously suspended. They will implement it fully. And Nigerians, they will be crying, they will be... the Bible said it clearly. That when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. But when wicked people rule like the ones we have now, they will be crying, there will be gnashing of teeth, there will be groaning, there will be frustration, there will be cries, there will be... Everything you see in Nigeria today is symptomatic that the wicked are leading our country.
Okay, let's move on. With all that is happening, as this case progresses, do you have confidence in the judiciary to deliver a fair and impartial judgment in favor of the NDC, even the ones that also involve the other parties that the court also say they should be deregistered? Do you have implicit confidence in the judiciary to deliver fair and impartial judgments?
Even if this case was presented to a town union to settle, a town union with no legal knowledge, they will settle it in favor of the NDC. So, to ask me if I expect the judiciary to do it, I expect the judiciary to do the right thing. And that is see the folly. I'm not saying the merits or demerits, folly. If there was demerit, it meant that it was not a foolish case altogether. That it only did not have sufficient merits. But it's a foolish case. To me, it's a foolish case, and I am entitled to that opinion. And anybody who plays the kind of gymnastics they are playing now should be ready for criticism, public criticism. Gone are the days you can't criticize them publicly. I am entitled, I can hold an opinion. I am a Nigerian. So I expect the judiciary to do the right thing. I expect INEC to do the right thing. In our mind, we see this as a distraction that should never have happened. But all of the activities and programs of the NDC are going on as planned. We are not taking our foot off the pedal. We are in fact, we have advised Mr. President last week to resign, and that is because we want him to do it honorably. A time will come, we will ask him to resign dishonorably, and if he refuses to still resign dishonorably, he will be disgraced at the poll. I am an Edo man, properly brought up. I don't want the old man disgraced at the poll. Because if we conduct an election and the president is polling 10%, that is utter disgrace. And that's precisely what will happen in the next election. There is no pathway to victory for the Tinubu administration. No pathway to victory. No pathway to victory. No pathway to victory.
Let's look at, it is said that in life you are in debt. So we look at all the options. Supposing the Court of Appeal upholds this judgment and Peter Obi is off the ballot, what do you think will happen? Will he still be on the ballot? And if it's otherwise, what happens to the millions of Nigerians that look up to him?
Peter Obi will be on the ballot.
Even if the appeal court upholds the judgment of the Federal High Court Lokoja?
Peter Obi will be on the ballot.
How do you mean?
Nigerians will insist that Peter Obi is on the ballot. Mr. Tinubu and others should go and prepare for elections. We are ready. Let them prepare. He will be on the ballot.
Even if the Court of Appeal says otherwise?
There are honorable men in the judiciary. Those honorable men will ensure that Peter Obi will be on the ballot.
You know, we still have a time frame. We are still working with INEC timetable. In the eyes of the law today, except the NDC goes on appeal and, of course, also goes with stuff execution If not, in the eyes of the law today, if INEC decides to act, there is no NDC as a political party.
Peter Obi and the NDC will be on the ballot. I am confident 100%. I don't want to say certain things so that it will not be misconstrued as instigating. But an American president strongly advised that those who make peaceful changes impossible make violent changes inevitable. It is our prayer, my prayer and yours, that we will never get to a stage where the latter will be considered. We want peaceful changes, we want peaceful elections, we want free and fair elections, and we believe that in the free and fair election, by 12:30 noon on election day, President Tinubu will cease to be Nigerian president and will be preparing to hand over to the next president of Nigeria.
You know, I love something you say. You said, in a free and fair election. At the same time, you've also admitted that INEC cannot be trusted to conduct a free and fair election. So, where will the free and election come that you expect by 12 noon that Tinubu would have been defeated?
Insist on a free and fair elections.
But let's use the obstacle election.
INEC, the staffers of INEC, the people in INEC are not from Niger Republic, they are Nigerians. The people in INEC are not from Cameroon, they are Nigerians. Nigerians will tell the Nigerians in INEC to conduct a free and fair election. It will be in their enlightened self-interest to conduct a free and fair election. And in any case, the staffers of INEC do not buy bread different from where I buy bread. The staffers in INEC do not buy wheat different from where we buy wheat. These people in INEC do not buy kerosene or fuel different from where we buy. The people in INEC do not buy their gas they use for cooking different from where other Nigerians buy. So they know more than anything else. And this applies to the police, to the military, to the civil defense, to the DSS, to staff, to federal civil servants, state civil servants, and even to the agberos and to the thugs that they might likely want to deploy. We are all in this together. We are all being jeopardized by this government together. As we approach the election, the conscientization will continue, and everybody will know that they must play their part. We must unite as a people to see the back of this administration.
All right, let's, some are saying 2027 may be Nigeria's last election as we know it. Do you agree with that?
If they don't do it properly, yes.
And what are the options if they don't do it properly?
The options is that they do it properly.
And when they don't do it?
When they don't do it properly, I've already told you what the American president had to say. The former American president.